All right.
What's happening? Andy here. I am joined today by Phil Boatman. Phil Boatman is with Konica Minolta, and thought we'd do a little What's Happening interview. How are you, Phil?
I'm great. Thanks, Andy. It's good to see you. I see the hat. I should have I thought about grabbing mine, but wanted to make sure I didn't miss our start time.
Well, now I'm going to make you feel bad because not only do you not have my hat, but, I have your hat.
Ah, I see
And,
this.
and I
Yeah.
have, Konica is a company of many hats, obviously, and we could do this all day, but I'm not going to. You just started there. This is a big week for you. You are the new. Well, why don't you tell us what your title is? Vice President
Of the South region for the dealers. Yeah. So today's day 3. Super excited. Drinking through that proverbial McDonald's straw or fire hose, however you want to call it right now. But jumping right in, it's great. Really excited about the opportunity. And there was really 3 reasons why I ended up here. First of all, the opportunity was tremendous for myself and my family. The opportunity to stay right here in the South. I've lived in Lexington now for 16 years, and it's home. So it's great to be positioned in the region that I'm assigned to. And of course, I love dealers. I love the dealer community, and have made a great career out of working with dealers. And there's no exception right here in the South. So many good dealers in the South region, really spanning from the Carolinas to Texas.
You've got some great ones down there. You got Barry down there in Arkansas, Datamax. You got Dex down there in
Right.
Florida. I think a few people have heard of them, and we could go on and on.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me, before we get into everything else, how's Lexington doing? How's COVID and are your kids in school? My kids are actually my kids are out of school. One of them's at university right now, and she's
Yep.
mostly virtual, but a little bit. They're 50-50 here, where half the kids are in and half the kids are out. And here is Rochester, New York. And so Lexington, what's going on there with schools, with businesses? Are people open? Are people not open? What's going on?
Yeah, so things are improving here in Lexington. There's the positivity rate is dropping a little bit. We don't know if it's a trend yet, but it seems like it's going in a positive direction, right? Fingers crossed. Schools right here where I live are virtual right now. We may see a change to that at the end of the month. So they've kind of left that up to the independent school districts and those school boards to make those decisions. But they're looking at a number of factors. So luckily, I've got fiber cable here in the house, and we've got 3 or 4 of us online at any given time doing Zoom meetings, Google Meets, you name it, right? So restaurants and businesses are partially open. Most of them are open with limited capacity. Some of them at 50%, some of them less than that. But it's school's back in session at the University of Kentucky, so the town is busier, and I think everybody's just trying to do the best they can to deal with this unique situation we're in. But other than that, Lexington, it's fall. And it's starting to turn a little bit cooler, and it's home. I love Lexington.
Well, I enjoyed seeing you there when I was there at the end of last year. It seemed like a lifetime ago when we were actually going to shows, and we were joined together at an ACDI show, if I remember
Right.
correctly. So, print management show down in Kentucky, and good times at these shows and conferences. And I've known you for probably 15 years or so, going on maybe longer at this point. You've been an industry figure for as long as I can remember at this point. So, household name, everyone knows Phil Boatman, and it's great to see you going into a position where you are going to be in front of dealers, working with dealers. Tell me about that. What's exciting to you? It's going to be a bit of a different role for you. What are you excited about with what you're going to be doing now? I know you're happy to be in the South, but overall, what is it about Konica Minolta that led you to them, and what is it about these dealers and your enthusiasm for working with them?
Yeah. So great questions. As you said, I love the dealer community, and dealers have been good to me over my career, and I like to return that. So for me, it's all about helping dealers grow, and it's just that being of service and helping them with their business. And And those are some of the primary reasons why I saw this as a great fit. You know, KM has done a lot over the last decade to position themselves as a leader in many ways. And, you know, when you look at this environment that we're in right now and how dealers are working through a decline in pages, a decline in sales, a decline in being able to do business face to face, I think many of them now more than ever need opportunities to build additional revenue streams. And I really see Konica Minolta as a company that is almost the best positioned to do that, to give dealers you know, the opportunity with the all covered piece of the business and getting into IoT, and whether it's security related capabilities that a dealer hadn't thought of before. Those adjacencies are there with Konica.
Well, explain a little bit more for the viewers who may not know who All Covered is, to the extent that that you and I do. So All Covered, acquired by Konica Minolta several years ago. At this point, I don't even remember how many years ago, but it's the managed services portion. So what exactly do they do? What do they provide for customers, for dealers?
Yeah, so All Covered represents, like I said, a great opportunity for dealers that maybe want to get into managed IT services, dealers that want to get into security services. Obviously, All Covered offers some ERP specific solutions, some vertical specific solutions. There are CRM solutions. So it's a whole host of additional services that a dealer can provide. Not to mention voice over IP, which
IoT and phones and anything connected, essentially. Yeah,
that's it. The Internet of Things is what All Covered is all about, and such a great space for dealers to really expand into right now.
And the diversification is something that's always I thought been very interesting about Konica. Pretty cool that I feel like they do see the future where print may not down the road, we're talking 5-10 years, but obviously volumes may change a little bit, drop. And so the strategy is really stay close to your customers, but offer peripheral technologies, right? So as you mentioned, all of the services, IT services and networking, IoT, all of that through All Covered. But other ones I've learned about, the Mobotics relationship, where Konica owns a piece of that facial recognition technology, photography, videography, however you classify that, and then plenty of other ones as well. So production print is a big area for Konica Minolta, finishing with their MGI relationship, even robotics, right? They own a piece of that company. The name escapes me, but I do remember a launch a couple of years ago where they announced that they had bought into a robotics company out in California. So seemingly all over the place, but at the end of the day, a cohesive strategy that allows dealers to pick and choose areas that they want to sell. What are some of the things, now that you're there for 3 whole days? What are the things you're surprised about? Some of the things that you didn't even know that you're excited now you learned about Konica that you didn't know about before?
Yeah, well, first of all, the resources. Konica Minolta's got a ton of resources, people that are subject matter experts and into a lot of spaces that can help dealers. And the learning piece, all of the training that's being offered to dealers, the different webinars that have been scheduled and are still being scheduled. So I'd say the resources has been a really nice welcome to see that they're really invested in helping the dealers grow. And I wouldn't say I was surprised by it, but I'm really impressed with the leadership, which was one of the things that drew me to the position as well. Of course, I've known Laura for several years, and Sam and Rick, but getting to meet the rest of the management staff has been wonderful. They've all reached out and extended a warm welcome. And as I've scheduled one-on-ones with all of these folks, I'm learning a lot about just how committed to the business they are. So that's been a really nice piece of the welcome to the business.
And your boss is now who? It's Laura, yes?
Laura, yes. Yeah.
Couldn't have a better. That's awesome. So that should be just, I hear great things, and I think you'll enjoy that. So all you dealers in the South, y'all are gonna like Phil if you don't know him already, and I'm sure most of you are gonna hear from him very soon. At the very least, he'll tell you about Konica technology and where you can go to get the best taco in whatever town you live in. I have actually texted you about that several times from different locations to ask you where to go to eat. So Phil is a foodie enthusiast, and and he stays looking that thin by running, I don't know, 5-10K every day. How far do you go?
Well, I actually, Saturday, I hit a milestone. So I've been running for 12 years now, and I've hit 10,000 miles
Holy cow.
in 12 years.
Congratulations. 10,000 miles, a new job, a new title.
Yeah.
Things are going well for Phil Boatman. Congratulations, man. It's great catching up with you. Any last shout outs, any last words you'd like to say out there to everybody?
Oh gosh, I'm excited to be getting together with all these dealers, whether it's virtual or in person. We're going to make it happen. So I appreciate the time today, Andy.
Always great to see you, Phil. I look forward to catching up with you down the road, but most importantly, I look forward to getting together with you. Yes. And seeing you at the next show or the next conference or next meeting that someday, hopefully sooner rather than later, we'll get to. And thanks again for taking time out of your schedule. Good luck, and enjoy the rest of your first week. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Andy.
Bye.